So Dean, as you can see, I'm out in Dwayne's garden, and let me show you how the turnips look so far. They look too thick. I'll get right down in there and see how many they got. A little bit thick, maybe twice as many as you need. But they're growing fast. We've had rain every couple days, a quick thunder shower. So I think these will turn out okay. They got a little room to grow. And there's some thinner spots down the middle. Let's go look at another field. Here we are out north of Dwayne's house. We're going to look at the first crabapple tree that we grafted over. And let's see. Here's the graft. So it's shot up well. I need to prune this thing off a little bit. This is the old tree here. Let's see where the graft is. Graft is right there coming up. Notice it's the leaf that the bugs like more. Okay, I'm going to prune this thing up. I'm not going to take off all the apple growth, the original tree growth, because it probably needs some. But I'm going to clean it up a little bit so more energy can go into the grafts. And then I'll do an after picture. So this is what it looks like. Let me get back a little bit. Looking from the trail. And here's our after picture. So as you can see, we got 4 grafts that took, all 4 grafts. A couple of them didn't take, but we had 2 at each graft location, so it worked pretty good. So the top limb here is above deer level already, pretty much. So that's a success. We need to be able to get in here with a mower though, Dean, and keep it clear. So here I am, Dean, in your new orchard. That tree back there, the leaves look a little yellowish. So some of the trees, they're under a little bit of stress. I mean, they've been getting some rain. The leaves are looking better because they had some rain recently. But they are under a little stress, mostly because of the roots were a little damaged when we dumped them out of those baskets they were in. The turnips are well spaced. You're probably going to get the most turnips with bottoms on them here. Okay, so we'll be plucking them from here for bait. But it's looking pretty good. Dad and I were out here with, let's see. Dad and I came out here a couple days ago, and we came through the cabin orchard, and we got out here, and there's a little spotted fawn in your orchard eating turnips, and he was like bobbing his head around trying to see us. So yeah, it looks good. Next year they'll put on better growth when their roots aren't so damaged. So it's looking good, and we'll be grafting next year. Okay. What we'll do is on these trees, we'll probably graft the top center to a better variety, and maybe we'll graft some of the bottom branches too. But mostly, I think we want to. Maybe we'll graft the side branches and leave the top to the original. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Small trees always take a hit with bugs and stuff because they can do a lot of damage fairly quickly. Here's a shot of your turnips going toward your cabin blind, and right here at the ditch, or at the crossing from the ditch, you see they're thick, like you wanted to plant them, I guess. They're smaller here than in Dwayne's garden. They've been browsed more. Coming closer to your blind, a lot of this, I don't know if that's supposed to be bird's foot trefoil, the yellow stuff, or if it's alfalfa, but there's more alfalfa here than clover in spots. But a lot of browse, deer hitting it. Up closer to your blind where you have more wheat in here. Yeah, the browse eat pretty heavy. It's the turnips are even thinner here. Smaller. I think this is where we need to put some fertilizer. There's your turkeys in the field every day. More young ones. August 1st I had a picture of turkeys in the cabin orchard, and they were just tiny turkeys, just hatched by a few days. So that they must put out 2 or at least 3, maybe 3 nests a year. Oh. Well, that was fun. Now they're spread all over the backfield. But that's okay. Okay, here is, looking from the north, or from the south looking north, on the little hill. It looks like it's mostly wheat here, with some turnips up on the very top and spread around a little bit down here. But they're small. I mean, it's only ankle deep here, if that. Let's go check out Joe's field. Probably getting hit pretty hard. Turnips sort of in the center. If they don't eat them all, these will grow some good bottoms. And the rye is, or the wheat is thin. A lot of turkey damage back here, a lot of dusting tracks and stuff. Well, here's the Franken tree, and there are a few apples still on the tree. Looks like though the raccoons are doing pretty good at them. I see a few other green ones up there. And if you want to keep the raccoons out of the tree, which I think you do, we're going to want to put like a dryer vent, some aluminum around the tree so that they can't climb the trunk. And that'll save your apples for the fall. Got to do that. The field here, wheat's coming up pretty good. On the top of the hills, a couple places we have turnips. So patch is browsed right down pretty short. Now the turkeys are clucking around the field trying to find their babies. We had a pretty hard thunder shower the other last week, and hydros are here and got stuck right up here. Oh, that hurt. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that. That's smarted. The winter wheat here by the nearest east next to the blind is really thin.